All right, tonight we're working a leg drag with like a half circle shield. Okay, I like to use that. It works really well, especially against flexible guys. So I show like a couple ways for you to maintain yourself on top of the opponent, controlling the hips. The importance of keeping the hip of your opponent on the floor, at least one side. Okay, so that way you can manage like the situation really well. So check it out, all the secrets there. Comment below, okay, if you like the technique, and let me know like your questions. I'll be there to answer you. All right, take care. Right now, we're gonna warm up like this. It's gonna be 3 times each person, okay? So what you're gonna do here, Andy's gonna go for Kiss of the Dragon, okay? Just scramble Kiss of the Dragon. Boom, keep going. I'll face to him. No, you go like Kiss of the Dragon.
Side, side?
Yeah, side to side. Okay. You're gonna just exchange this side like this. Okay, so just one time. So he goes right here. Once he stops here, I'm gonna work on the pass, okay? He's gonna recover the guard. Kiss of the Dragon. Side to side, look. Boom, done, just one time. Then I'll work on my pass. He's gonna recover the guard. Kiss of the Dragon. Then I go on my pass. Okay, just keep doing that. Once I pass 3 times, switch top to bottom, and just keep doing that. All right, let's go 1, 2, 3, go. All right, this is the only technique we're gonna do, okay? There's a lot of details, a lot of things to do on the technique, you know, in the technique, and just pay attention, okay? It's gonna be a throw by, and then I'll have my opponent like reacting, okay? So every time I go for a throw by, so I'm here, I'm gonna go for a throw by, and he's gonna try to bring this leg to recover the guard, or he's gonna try to invert like this, okay? He's gonna invert like that if I put his foot, this foot right here, to the other side near the floor, okay? So if I just go like a leg drag, he's gonna do this, okay? But if I go a throw by like this, he's gonna invert like this, okay? So you just gotta understand this difference, okay? Between a throw by, more like a leg drag, and a throw by, more like a throw by to the other side, right? Particularly, I like to go here, okay? To approach close to my opponent here, right? And I know that leg will come. He's gonna try to bring this leg because he can't face the other side to recover the guard because this foot is in the air, okay? Try to face away from me and try to turtle, he's not gonna do it, see? Only if I do this, okay? So, I go like this, all right? So now, sometimes even when I work with this hand right here, my opponent still can lasso me, right? He still can post the foot on my shoulder and push me away like this. Even I go here, he can go with the foot here, and then I feel like he can gain space and then start recovering the guard, okay? So what you're gonna do, instead of working with your hand right here, I'm gonna do like a half circle like this, okay? I'm gonna leg drag, and then I'm gonna do this with his leg. So I pretty much like create a shield in front of me with his own leg. So I go like 1, and then I go 2 like this. You see? I stack my opponent. I take advantage at the moment that he's reacting to bring his leg over his head, okay? So again, so I'm here, 1, 2. I can even use this hand right here, like to push his leg that way, okay, instead of going here. And I do this a lot against like flexible guys, okay? So I'm here, like he can be like in a spider guard, right, lasso guard, start breaking his grip, so I'm free here. Or at a moment like you break the grip and then you need to engage, okay? Instead of like giving him the leg, I'm gonna control like right outside of his pants, okay? And then I go for a leg drag. When he comes, look, I bring his leg this way. Now I need to squat like this, you see? I don't put my knee on the floor. I stay like this, because right here I'm more mobile and I'm faster, okay? If I need to move, I can react really fast. If I put my knee on the floor, I'm gonna be slow. So my chest go right on the side of his hip. So I go like this. 1, 2, now my chest goes right here. Sometimes I staple his arm here, look. And if I staple his arm, I can start putting this side of his hip to the floor here. And then I start passing his guard right away, okay? But it's not every time that I'm gonna staple this arm right here, okay? Sometimes I'm gonna underhook my leg like this, okay? And sometimes because he's underhooking my leg, at the moment that I'm trying to bring him that way, he's gonna start going kind of like a K guard and then start entangle my legs, okay? So I'm talking about like passing a guard from a very flexible person, okay? Imagine like those guys have like noodle guards, right? Noodle legs. So those guys, you know, like Andy, pretty much, right? So his legs all over, okay? So doing that and working with your chest on his hips, pushing his hips to the floor will make him less dangerous, right? So the problem here, when somebody's really flexible, you keep inverting the person like this, and if you keep both sides of his hips with freedom, he's gonna be really comfortable, okay? You need to connect one side of his hip to the floor, at least one side, this side or this side right here. That's why when I'm like on this position here, I go for the leg drag. A lot of people just think about the leg itself. If I do just the leg, his hip's still in the air, you see? He's still mobile. So I need to go, the leg and the hip needs to touch the floor. So you see that the side of his hip now is on the floor. That's when I'll make my opponent weak, okay? For example, if I go for a side smash, turn around. If I go for a side smash, I need to maintain his hips on the floor. So that way he's really weak, okay? At the moment that he starts going for the turtle, taking the hip off the mat, now he starts getting strong, okay? Or even sometimes you are invert, like you are here. A lot of times you're here on this position and you try to just put your weight on the opponent. He's gonna be strong because both sides of his hips are free. Okay, I need to choose one side to put his hips on the floor. For example, I can go here. Once I touch his hip on the floor, try to fight. Now he's weak. Now I start passing his guard. Everything will be easier for me. Okay? So just think about that. Every time you're fighting someone that has like good legs, good mobility, good inversion, like try to keep one side of the hip of the person on the floor. So the work is gonna be like that. So his leg drag and then stack. See, now I can staple his leg. Okay, if I staple his arm, right here, and I start putting this side of his hip on the floor. So of course I need to pass his leg over his head right here. Okay, try to invert, and now I use my chest on his, actually my shoulder on his hip right here. So now I can start controlling my opponent, okay? And then pass his guard. This is like very simple and basic when I can staple his arm. So again, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's his guard. Then I control him. But now let's say I couldn't staple his leg, his arm, okay, with this leg. Instead of like trying to go to his back, because this happens a lot, so I go for the leg drag, and I go like this, and now I couldn't staple his arm, and then I start pushing his hip to the floor. Now I feel my opponent, it's facing away from me. What I do, I go like this. Now he's still like lifting the butt up, invert. Like he's gonna try to invert like this and start recovering the guard. Or even look outside and start like recovering the guard like this. Because I was too hungry to attack his back, okay? So what I do here, instead of running to his back, I go over his head all the way around because I wanna keep his hips on the floor. If I go to the back, he's gonna take the hip off the mat. 1, 2, push, 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 push. If I keep going this way right now, look, I cannot have pressure on his hip. And then by the time I'm doing the seatbelt, even I'm here, he can hop over to the other side, boom, and then I end up here. Now it's gonna be like a nightmare, especially if you're fighting someone that has a good skills like Andy or any other like high level guy, okay? So we're gonna do this, leg drag, 1, 2, as I'm pushing here, I'm walking this way, because now I can maintain his hip on the floor. Okay? Try to turn right here, and I keep pushing with my knees off the mat, with my toes on the mat here, using my shoulder on him. Now what I do, I staple the top leg, passing my knee under my own arm here. Okay? And now I'm gonna start changing my hands to this side. You see? Here. Now try to turtle, Andy. He can't turtle, he can't take the hip off the mat. I start going for a windshield wiper over him. And now I go to his back this way. Because now I'm managing his hip on the floor the whole time. There's a huge difference, okay? Even though it's a longer way for me to pass his guard, but I have way more control, okay? Sometimes we want to get a shortcut and we end up like not controlling the situation, okay? So when I get here, now I got to just pay attention with his frames, right? If the frame is here, you guys know what to do. I always teach this here. Inner thighs over him. Why? Because I can keep the side of his hips on the floor. He cannot turtle. He cannot take the butt off the mat. And then I can, instead of like trying to do this, because sometimes he go with the thumb in and I can't drag his frame out, okay? So I go here. I squeeze his arm against his body, and then I use my forearm over his elbow. Then I put my chest over his elbow here. So now he cannot frame, and then I start passing his guard. Okay, either passing the guard or like giving him some space so he can turtle, and then I start attacking his back with more security right here. Okay, then I bring him to my lap, then I start get ready to finish him. Okay, again. So I go, instead of like throw by, it's more like a leg drag to the half circle, and then once I stack him, I squat the forward leg, and then I use my chest against the side of his hips to push his hips to the floor. So, 1, 2. If I staple his arm, great. Look, I don't need to move much. Try to move any. Now I'm here, link my hands right here. This hand goes underneath of him, and the other hand goes right here, right over the elbow. And then control him. Try to move here. Stay here. Control my opponent. Okay? If I don't staple the arm here, I walk this way here, and then I staple him. Okay? Try to turtle in it. Just keep pushing his hips to the floor. Change the hand, look. And now windshield wiper over him, and I keep my weight on him right here right now. Okay? Now I start attacking his back. Okay? Or passing his guard. All right? If it doesn't frame, great. I just connect my hand, get the Kimura trap, and take his back. Okay? So, if you feel like, oh, professor, this is too much going around, I feel confused, practice the first one. Staple the arm, and then just go. It's more simple, okay? Again, 1, 2, I staple his arm. Boom. Try to take this foot off the mat, Andy. Keep his foot on the mat there. Pass the foot over his head and push with your shoulder. My right shoulder here. Try to move, Andy. Now look. I take advantage that he's gonna bridge, and then I link my hands. Don't try to link here. Stand up, Andy. Don't try to go with your bicep on the shoulder here because you cannot reach your hand. Go with your bicep over his elbow here. Okay, and so you keep his arm close to his body. Try to move it. Now look, I like to go like this, turn around. I like to pass my leg under his arm, my right leg under his arm, here. And now, my top leg, okay, over his head right here, my left leg. And then I stay like this, here, okay? So that way it's super hard for him to move. And I hold him, turn around. I'm in a perfect spot to start. Get a nice Kimura and then finish my opponent. Okay? Again, the Kimura. I just gotta bring my forearm under his armpit. Use my shoulder over his forearm. Try to go with your hand to the other side. Now I grab here, look. 1, 2. And now, here's the Kimura, okay? The more complex way going around. when you don't staple, one more time, and then we're gonna drill. Leg drag, one, push, go around, and staple here, okay? I know your opponent would fight his bass, going to fight bass, try to turtle. Use your weight on him right now. You know, like when you are playing with the yoga ball, you like this, right? So don't use any part of your body on the floor. Think about like you're on an island. The floor is like an ocean, right? And the guy here is like an island, and you are on that little island. So look, I'm like on top of him. That's how I control him. If I keep my knee on the floor here, my hand on the floor, he's gonna start going away from me, okay? So when you make that transition, like just stay on the island. And then like, whatever he moves right now, when I put him on, turn around and, when I put my weight like this on him, let's say if Andy tried to turn to me really fast, turn to me and go. He's gonna guide me to the knee on belly, right? I just gonna stay stable on top of him and take advantage of his movements to guide me, okay? But at the moment that I go here and I start putting too much weight on the mat like this, he's not gonna feel pressure, okay? 1, 2, 3, and now look, stay on top of him. Stay on top of him as much as you can so you can control him. Okay? Any question? Yes, Jennifer. Yeah. I do this, look. I go, whoa, and then, whoa, and then I'm here, like, make this, the frame. He's gonna make the frame here, I can push him. I go like this, look. I go with my hand like this. And now, press here, okay? Go back. So every time he's like using that frame and I'm here trying to push him, I go with my hand like this, thumb down, and I scoop like on his wrist. Here, I just go with my hand like really close to his body and I scoop on his wrist. And now look, I'm gonna bring his hand down and pass his forearm under his body. And now I can push. Now he's in trouble here. I love when they do that, okay? So I'm here. I use that a lot too when I'm on the stack and they're controlling my sleeve, right? And then I feel like I go 1 and then I go 2 here. I do the same thing, like this. But it's very common, like they use that frame, yeah. Sometimes people do that, so you just go like this, okay? Any other question? No? All right, so let's drill that. And if you have any question, I'll be walking around with Andy, okay? Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Let's